Alright, so here's a video how to get the Foxhound rank in Metal Gear Solid 3. Trophy slash rank, it's the only difficult trophy to get in the game. There's some time consuming trophies like getting all the frogs and shooting all of the Keratin frogs or looking for all the animals and stuff for that Markor rank. But the Foxhound trophy is the only difficult trophy to get in the game, so here's a little video tutorial guide how to get it. I will have commentary from start of the game to the end of the game throughout the whole game, and let's get right to it. I mean, we are already in it, so nothing to do in this first couple of areas. Just put the woodland paint on and the tiger stripe camouflage. It gives you the best camo percentage in these early areas. If you have a new game plus, you can use those camos that you got, like the moss is probably better here, but I'm playing on a fresh file on European extreme difficulty, so I don't have those special camos, so we'll use what we have. And just roll over the crocodiles here. Nothing too special going on just yet until we meet our first couple of enemy patrols.
Snake?
And I'm gonna tell all the spots where you should be saving your game. And the first one is after the Virtuous mission. And here, just take out these two guys. Pretty easy. Nothing too complicated going on yet. And we won't be capturing anything to eat here in the Virtuous mission. We don't need anything yet. And I got the third guy and onward to the next area. So I will have 18 saves throughout the game. You can have up to 25, but I only use 18 because you don't really need more than that. Here, just shoot the beehive. And that will take care of every single enemy in this area. Just make sure here you don't go to the bridge too fast, so those two guys up front don't see you. The time limit of 5 hours in the Foxhound rank is... Honestly, you could probably crawl through the whole game and still make it. The 5 hours is like nothing compared to the 3 hours of MGS1 and MGS2. The 5 hours is it's completely irrelevant. No idea why they made it that long of a time. Here, just take out 3 guys. I'm kind of sniping them from all the way around here. We could probably go a bit closer. I just take them out from this far away. And then the third guy over here. And then we don't need to change the camouflage, even though it sucks when we go inside this little building area. We're good, nobody's gonna see us. And here you kind of go on your tippy toes to look over these, what are those things, like boxes I guess. Just go to your tippy toes and look over them when you see the guy. And then just crawl your way to victory. Yeah, the 5 hour time limit is, it's so much time that you could probably crawl throughout the whole game. There's a stupid video idea for somebody out there. Just can you crawl through the whole game and still get the Foxhound rank? I think it actually maybe could be possible. 5 hours is a long time. And that was Virtuous mission. Basically, there's no more enemies. And we just go back. So, the Foxhound rank, it's out of Metal Gear Solid 1, Fox rank, which gives you the trophy. You don't need to do Big Boss rank in MGS1, you can do Fox rank. So the Fox slash Big Boss rank in MGS1 to get the trophy, and the Big Boss rank in MGS2 to get the trophy, and the Foxhound rank in the MGS3 to get the trophy. Out of those 3, even if you do the Fox in MGS1, out of those three, the Foxhound is by far the easiest. And here when I'm curing myself, I'm not even looking what I'm doing, I just spam everything. You don't need to save this. You don't need to save the stuff for anything. You can just... Like you, I'm sure these cigars help a lot on those deep cuts or whatnot. And when the game asks, do we want to save? The answer is every single time no. Those are never good spots. So we're closing in on our first save. The first save will be here after the you meet the boss. That's a good place for the first save. Right before we meet any enemies. I edited my saves out, but my first save is here after the boss cinematics and codec calls. It's a little bit of a tricky area coming after here. And yeah, I use 18 saves. And we got 25, so if you're really struggling with some area, you can have like an extra save easily. So save here. And here we want to take out the 3 cards just so we get rid of caution. We don't want to go into the next area with caution. And the caution will appear nevertheless if you stun them or not. And the third and final guy of this area, you can walk with the D-pad. So I kind of don't use the analog stick, but use the D-pad to walk so you get easily behind him. And take him down. Mama said knock you out. Yeah. And I guess if you really wanted to, you could spend the 100 seconds in the brushes or something so the caution goes away. But we really want to go to this next area without the caution. That's why we took out the enemies. And here, I kind of let the second guy see me a little bit. And then I can just run past them. Be careful that the first guy doesn't see you. Just only the second guy. Yeah, you have to be a little bit fast. So the guy on the other side of the bridge doesn't see you. I mean, not really, but can't take all day. And in this next area, there's no enemies. Here I get a couple of items that I don't actually use throughout the whole playthrough. I get the AK. Was it the AK? I think it was. Up the stairs here. I don't actually use it at all, but you know, might as well get it in case you find a use for it. And then I'm gonna get the box. The box will be useful later on the Fury fight. It takes out the fire, because cardboard box is fireproof. Makes sense. Smoke grenades you don't really need to get, but might as well. But the box definitely get for the much later in the game when we fight the Fury, it'll be useful. And then get the thermal goggles in the locker here. And here, save number 2. After this is one of the toughest areas in the game. After this cinematic save. And here you need to take out the first guy in the window fast and do not shoot him in the head. Get him with a body shot. So if you get him in the head, the guys will charge your building really fast. Here you need to aim the stun grenade kind of in the middle. Not too high, not too low. In the middle so it actually stuns those guys. If you fail to throw the grenade in that specific angle, you can still triangulize them while they're blinded for a few seconds, but you have to be really fast with it. Like they will only be blinded for a few seconds and then they will see you. So I needed to redo this area a few times, so I had a save there. And take that guy out. And here you can see from here you can see the guy on top of the roof. I usually waited till he walked to the corner of the house there, but you don't actually have to wait, you can just get him now. I actually realized, this was the first time I realized that you can actually see him. Like, right away. So this is actually the first time I'm doing these threads. Like ever. I just happened to one-shot this segment when I tried something new. A little bit. In the beginning I did always the same way. And here you don't want to go to the edge of the roof. Like, stay a little bit, like not all the way to the edge, so this guy doesn't see you when you crouch and then you go to your tippy toes. And if I'm at the right at the edge when I do that shot, he will see me, unless it's a headshot. You don't really need to aim there, just get him somewhere in the body. And here I put the thermals on, so I see the rest of the enemies a bit easierly. And this next guy, he's hovering around the corner area. He might not be walking towards you, he might stay at the close to the corner. Nevertheless, just crawl and get him when you see him. And then there's two left. You could probably get up and walk here, but I might as well take safe. The run for me takes about 2 hours, 40 minutes. And there's a time limit of 5 hours, so there's no need to rush anywhere. He sees me a little bit there. I think I took the thermals out here to see him better. Not sure if I hit him with the first shot. The second definitely hits. And then there was one. And here I should probably just crawl next to the barrels like right away to get a cleaner shot. I try to shoot him from a bit far away here, from the bushes. You can see him there. I should probably just crawl to the barrels and not try to shoot him from here. I think I actually miss, but I'm not too sure. And when you have the woodland camo and the tiger stripe, you have like 80%. I think it's even 85 when you stop. So you can just come here straight up and get the final guy. And here you might be thinking about, after this segment, that okay, that was difficult. Woof, I made it. I want to save, but do not save yet, because absolutely nothing happens in the next area, so it would be a bit of a waste to save here. Here I try to look cool and roll out the window, but the mine detector is pointless to take, by the way. Here I try to look cool and roll out the window. You can roll out the window, but I tried twice and I'm like, okay, never mind. Let's just take the detour. Let's leave the looking cool to somebody else. And yeah, the next area, you cannot die unless you walk into a crocodile or drown yourself or something, so there's no point to save yet. And this camo that is behind these barrels is pointless to take, but why not? Why not? It's there. In this area there's like nothing to worry about. Just don't run into the crocodiles. There's no enemy patrols here. And here you get the items. If you didn't get the smoke grenades before, you get them here. We will use all kinds of grenades on the pane. Every single type of grenade works on the pane. To get the hornet shield off, except maybe chaff doesn't work. I haven't tried that, but smokes work, stuns work, normal grenades work, and the WP grenade work. I have no idea what WP means with grenade. It's like a fire grenade, but I have no idea what the WP means. And here I'm gonna get the croc cap, because after the pain there's the river section of the game. And the river is completely irrelevant, and if you get any leeches, take them off in the cure menu with the cigar. I wonder if that actually works. If you get a leech on yourself, can you just burn it off with a cigar? You probably can. I haven't tried that. And I don't think I will ever try that. Anyway, get the croc cap here. And then I will get some couple additional items down here. Or stun grenades. And here I will get another camo to the side here that I won't use at any point, but you know, I just will get it. You don't really need to, but it's there. And here I do a final little checkup that do I have any leeches on before I go to the next area. And here's where you would make your third save. Right at the start of this area, make your third save. And here there's claymores, so you need to run along this edge so you don't blow yourself up. You can use thermals to see the claymores better, but you don't really need to. Just run along the edge and start crawling when you're about at these trees. Crawl through the hole in the fence. And here there's the upcoming guy. If he sees you and he like walks over the mud or something, make sure you don't tranquilize him in the mud. This one playthrough, I beat him up, and he drowned in the mud. So make sure this guy isn't like sleeping or knocked out in the mud, or he will drown in it and die, and then your Foxhound rank would be nullified because you had a kill. So yeah, just make sure he doesn't drown. And here you probably want to take these guys out in the other order, because I got a caution. Probably want to take the right guy first and then the left guy. But if you're a good enough shot, it doesn't matter. The caution is not an alert. You can get as many cautions as you want in the game, and you will still get your Foxhound rank. And if the dog gets too close, you can't tranquilize it. There's a one guard in this area as well. If he gets too close, you can tranquilize him as well. Here I think I get another camo. I think it was the chocolate chip. Yeah, another one you don't need to get. Another one that I won't use at any point in the game. It's the desert areas. The camo from Ocelot is just better. The animals camo. Here there's nothing to worry about except this one guy. Just run along the edge. We won't actually go to the base at all. He's the only guy to worry about. And make your fourth save on Ocelot. I think it's I'm already losing gun. I think it's the fourth save. Here at the very start of the fight, if you tap square, just tap square and you will hit him. And you get more MK bullets from the right side. And these snakes here, they might actually beat you. So I take out the snake so he doesn't bite you, because I'm hiding behind this tree and rock a lot. I don't have any special tricks for this fight. It's not that difficult, I just do it normally. And every time that you shoot Ocelot, he will like shoot back often, so just hide here. And he will have like a small invulnerability window, so you might as well hide. There's no point in keeping shooting at him. Just every time you hit him, hide here. And if you're running low on MK ammo, you get more from the right side. You can shoot the hornet's nests up in the trees if you want, but it actually doesn't really even help that much. There's another snake here that might bite you. I let it be alive, but you can take out that snake if you want, so it won't bite you. Even if the snake bites you, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, taking the hornet's nest didn't actually do anything. It's just staying behind the tree the whole time.
Shoot, get out of here.
That actually just makes the fight take longer for me, so it was completely pointless.
My hat. Come on.
I've seen some people use stun grenades in this fight, but no, it's a relatively easy fight, so. And that's Ocelot. Oh man, against Shiz, yeah. Don't forget to take his uniform there. And oh man, I can't see shit in this cave with these stupid ass sunglasses, but I'm gonna keep them on anyways. Just to hide my identity at least a little bit. But anyway. Oh man, I really can't see shit. Just farm some food here. We actually haven't eaten a single meal yet in the game. Oh, here's a good spot to farm some. The frogs are pretty good, the crabs are pretty good. I farm way more than I actually end up eating in the game. I only end up eating 8 meals throughout the whole game. There's a limit of 20 to get the Foxhound rank. Yeah, and we save at the next save is at the start of the pain fight. The previous save was at the start of the Ocelot fight, and the next one is at the start of the pain fight. Yeah, collect the items, and here I get the shotgun, even though I don't use it at all at any point. But again, if you find use for it, you might as well take it here. If you want to do something differently than I did, you might as well take the shotgun. And here's the first meal I eat in the game. And always before you go into the areas where you're gonna save, you want to make your preparations, your items, your camouflages. So if you need to reload your save, you don't need to start by putting on the camouflages and your item setups. So here the Ocelot, I put on the black face paint, and I think I put on the Ocelot uniform. The Ocelot uniform is special. Your hands won't shake, so you will always have a steady aim, no matter how low your stamina is. And then basically equip every single kind of grenade that you have, except maybe the chaffs. We'll use a lot of grenades on the pain fight. So that's the setup. Black face paint, animals camo, all the grenades and the 2 pistols and suppressors of the pistols. That's the setup. And you really should do this setup before you zone in. So if you need to reload your save, you already have your setup ready, you don't need to start by setting up. here's the pain fight. This fight is a real pain. I honestly think, unironically, this is the hardest fight in the game, or the second hardest. And I don't really have any tricks here. It's just like do the fight pretty much the normal way. There isn't really. I tried to look some of the speed runs up, but they don't really have that special tricks here. They just have like the really quick reloading with unequipping and equipping your weapon and getting headshots. Like that's pretty much what they do. And they just get him in the head a lot. But I'm not that good, so I just do the fight normally, or I didn't care enough to practice that much. So yeah, this is gonna take a while. And you can take his B armor off with any kind of grenades, except chaffs. I haven't tried those, maybe they even work as well. But the grenades work, smoke grenades work, stun grenades work, WP grenades work. And you can shoot him behind these rocks whenever he doesn't have the armor. Yeah, I tried to draw a stun from here for some reason, and it clearly doesn't work. And yeah, just take his B armor off with grenades, and then shoot him when he doesn't have the armor. And whenever it does the B grenade, you can shoot the Bs, so the grenade actually drops earlier. If you shoot it like immediately, it actually takes his armor off. I didn't go for it there because he didn't have the armor to begin with, so I just tried to deal damage. And on these rocks you always get the MK ammo. And don't worry about running out of grenades, because underwater you can always get more grenades. And if you get surrounded by the bees like that, you can just move your left analog stick to widely to every direction and they will disappear. And you could use black camouflage instead of animals to give a better camo percentage underwater, but I don't think it really matters. I just use the animals, so I have a steady aim at least. And it's so frustrating when you throw the grenade and he just happens to roll out of it, so he keeps his B armor. It's so annoying. And yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, the whole damn fight. Like there isn't anything that special going on here. When he goes into the second phase, nothing changes, except when he does his bullet piece, you just dive and they will miss. So it's just one more attack that you get rid of by diving. So there isn't actually like anything that special here. You might want to skip until I beat the boss, because unless you just want to watch this like same thing happen again and again, isn't anything special going on here. Basically when he draws the like stinky piece or whatever, just dive. When he draws a grenade, dive. Second phase when he does the bullet piece, dive. When he does the Tommy gun, stay behind the rocks and it will miss. And that's also frustrating when you throw the grenade and he takes the B armor off anyway. You just wasted a grenade. I don't end up shooting his grenades that he brings with the bees almost at all, because he just doesn't happen to have his armor on at those times. Anyway, a lot of the times. If he does that, you can shoot them with the other pistol. Or I guess you could use the AK or the shotgun, but I just use the other pistol. And the second phase, guess what changes? Nothing. Yeah, I think I actually go and shoot this thing for the first time, but no, I failed it. I tried at least. Yeah, it's the same shit throughout the whole fight, so if you don't want to watch this, then you can just skip to the end of the fight. Nothing special happens. And you should probably shoot him in the head. I don't, because I don't like missing. So I just go for the longer route, and I go for the body shots. Most of the time, at least. And bullet piece. Diving again. Yeah, this is definitely the longest fight in the game. I think this for me takes like 8 minutes or something. Ridiculously long like that. It's even longer than the end. So if we go by time spent on bosses, I think this is the most difficult fight in the game, and even though it's the second boss after Ocelot, first of the Cobras is the hardest. If we go by length, if we go by full attempts, I'd say that the Fury is the hardest. The Fear is the total joke, so you can cheese him. And the end is kind of a joke-ish as well, because that's also kind of cheesable by just following him and not having a sniper fight at all, but having more of a like a chase down fight. Yeah, about to be done with the pain. And whenever you throw your stun grenade, just turn away. And if it jumps to your platform, then just go dive. But yeah, if you use stun grenades, like face away from them so you don't get blinded yourself. And if you run out of grenades, you get more normal grenades from under the water. Next to the other rock. I think I actually run out of grenades here. And then I have to get more now. One more shot and I should be done with him. And after the fight you can get his camo if you don't have it yet. If you're playing a new game plus, you should probably use the stealth camo to take 50% less damage, or use his hornet camo. I heard this fight is really easy with his camo. I'm not even entirely sure what it does. I guess the bees don't really want to attack you or something if you have hornet camo on. Yeah, get his camo. If you don't have it yet. And I must admit that from the river forwards for the next 8 minutes, I've actually failed to record in my playthrough. So I had to go back to a previous file and replay the segment from 8 minutes on from the river onwards. So technically that 8 minutes from the river onwards, technically it's from a different playthrough, but it doesn't matter, I used the same strategies, almost identical. Just thought you should know if you're wondering about some slight stamina jumps or something. That I was forced to do that because I screwed up my recording. Anyway, here we get some more MK ammo. More MK ammo from the side. Soon-ish. That's kind of important to get if you're really low. And there are claymores here, so You need to crawl to get this ammo. Or you will be blown up by the claymores. And I catch a lot more food than I end up eating throughout the whole playthrough. Like I only eat 8 times. Here I eat the king cobra. And here you kind of want to take this green mushroom. You might want to use it on the end boss fight. So you're like tracking him, like looking his footprints. And that gives you battery. And here you make a setup before you go to the next area. So if you reload your save, you don't need to set up again. So woodland, tiger stripe, and then the croc cap from the items menu. And I don't need the grenades anymore. Directional mic. Why is that even in the game, to be honest? And you put the croc cap on, and if the pain was a real pain for you, as it was for me, save here at the start of this area. So this next 8 minutes is actually from I had to go back and do a previous save file because I screwed up my recording. So I hope that's not too immersion breaking for you. It doesn't matter at all in terms of the video. Yeah. Here you should probably pass one more light than I do. Because it almost sees me. You should pass that one more light before you come up. And this croc cap makes this river pretty much irrelevant, and I think you're a crocodile when you're underwater. You might actually consider not saving here, even though you just fought the boss, and save at the next area, but I saved here. I think I already lost track how many it saved it was, but we won't be saving nearly 25 times, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, just kind of snipe the guards, and that's as much croc cap as we're gonna use throughout the whole playthrough. We only grab the croc cap for that section and nothing else. So if there's any section that we're really struggling with, you can have that extra save. There's like, I save 18 times. There's 25 you can use, so. I'm actually not completely sure, is it 25 or less than 25, so you could save 24? I think it's 25 or less, so you could save 25 times. But at the very least you should have 6 more saves than I do. But yeah, the last save was at the start of the river for me. If the river seems really easy, then you might want to save later. And take the croc cap off, we won't be using that, and do a splitter face paint for inside areas. Here we come at the warehouse. These first enemies you kind of need to lean with the aim and L2 or you won't see them. So you kind of lean here to peek these guys. And just take out the 3 of them. And then there's one last guy very high up. And I'm kind of sniping him here. And remember to take the face desert here. That's one camo that we will use later. There's a lot of we take that we don't use. Snipe that guy. That one is really good after the end fight. In the desert area, that's the best camo you can have. Along with the animals from Ocelot. That area is kind of irrelevant. Take the food here. That area is... and definitely remember to take the suppressor. I think I actually might have forgotten to take this in my... in my first time I ran through here. I think I might have forgotten to take it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, at the desert area after the end, it's pretty irrelevant. You get like 90% camouflage with that face paint and the Ocelot's camo. And here you can use the thermals to see all the traps. There's a lot of traps in this area, so you don't run into the traps. As I do. Like so. And nothing too much going on in this area. And this next one, I pretty much scroll through this whole damn area. I actually think it would be possible to beat the game in 5 hours even if you crawl through every single area. Like, maybe it would be close, but maybe it's possible. And here you don't want to go through the bushes because there's a snake and that snake can bite you. Or it can bite you. Can beat you, can bite you. Anyway, just crawl throughout this whole area. And watch out for the first snake. This one doesn't bite you. And that's one of the previous snake is one that you can capture if you want to get the trophy to have enemy be bit by snake, and just throw that snake into an enemy. But you need to capture it alive. Or tranquilize it if you want that trophy. And you can tranquilize this guy, or you can just wait for him to turn. I'm actually not too sure if it counts as a kill if you throw the snake at somebody and it like bites the guard and the guard ends up dying. I'm not sure if that counts as a kill, so maybe don't get that trophy on a Foxhound run. But you can that's one of the snakes you can capture and throw at an enemy to get that trophy. And here I put on the scientist's uniform, and remember to take the face paint off. A naked face paint and scientist uniform, then I kind of get captured on purpose.
Running away, huh?
To get inside the lab.
Come on back to the lab.
And we're infiltrated successfully. And then I run back out. Might seem like a dumb order to do things, but it actually makes sense because this is like totally risk-free. You cannot be seen by the enemy because you are disguised as a scientist. So now I go back out to get the machine gun that I will use on the fear fight. Yeah, you have to be kind of fast-ish before you're thrown back into the cells. Get the gun, get the MK bullets, and be seen on purpose.
You're not getting away. Get back to work.
And the previous save was all the way at the river, and the next save is coming up soon. When we go to the other side basement with the scientists. It's a little bit of a tricky area. So that's where we'll have our next save. And here's where you have your next save. And now I'm back to the original playthrough. I had to re-record that, or record for the first time because I didn't have my recording on. Oh, sorry about that. But if I didn't do that, I would have. My other option was not do the video at all. Here's a little bit of a tricky segment because the scientists will. Your disguise won't work. So just kind of stay to this, wait till he sits down and then stick to the left side to get past him. And here I do a punch kick. It gives just enough time for this one scientist to turn his side towards you and then stick to the left side. And there we go. And now I'm gonna go up to the second floor to get an extra suppressor. If you have more than one full suppressor, you can just run out now. You don't need to get this. If you have less than one full suppressor, then I would get this that I get now. Just for some extra safety. There's a suppressor in this room. And then I just jump down and the guards doesn't really seem to care that much. And out we go. You kind of roll and lay down and then change your camo. If you don't change the camo here, you will be drawn back into the basement floor of the building. Even though there are no guards like right next to you, you need to change the camo about there. Give or take. And not much going on here, just scroll back to the previous area. I just realized that all the Metal Gear Solid games has 1, 2 and 3, they all have backtracking at some point. All 3 of them. Here I take out the guard just to speed things up a little bit. You could not take him out and crawl through this whole area, but I just take him out so I can actually like run and save time. And here we're about to cheese the fear. It's a really easy boss if you know what you're doing. This is the only boss where I don't save because the boss is so cheesable. When the fear is stunned, he actually takes stamina damage for whatever reason. So we're about to stun him. And when he's stunned, well, you're about to see what I'm gonna do here. So, crawl under this wire and take the fake death pill. And wait till the fear comes on you. And wait till he turns his back. And then use the revival pill after he turns his back. And you can take this slow if you're like not confident. He will not turn on you. And then just get up and use a stun grenade. And after the stun grenade, run into the wire and start shooting him with the machine gun. And face away from the stun. I always turn with a D-pad, it's easy. So you don't get blinded. Take the machine gun. And spray him. And the combination of the trap and your machine gun takes care of him. And that was the fear. And then cure yourself. And remember to take the fierce camo. I often don't know what to use in the cure thing. Let's guess, basically. Here comes a little bit of an awkward moment. I go the wrong way. And put the machine gun away, we don't need it anymore. You might as well put the splitter face paint to prep for the next area. And always do your prep before you go to the area, so when you save, you already have your things equipped that you need. And now comes the awkward moment. And I got the wrong way. I thought about maybe editing this out, but then the gameplay would have looked like choppy, so I didn't. I kind of realized that this is the wrong way, then I'm like, is it? I'm not 100% sure, I'm like 90% sure. And then I go the wrong way, so there's no point coming in here. Don't come here. Go the other way. And also, if your stamina is as low as mine, you should probably eat something here as part of your prep, because I'm gonna save at the next area at the warehouse. I forgot to eat here, so eat, put your splitter face paint, then go in and then save here. Here you need to stay at the left side or the guards down there will see you. And here I take every card out from this same spot. And my order is, well, you will soon see what it is. First this guy, then this one. And the next guy, sometimes he starts walking up the stairs, sometimes he walks down the stairs. I'm not really sure.
What's wrong?
Because he sees a corpse down there and he says what's wrong and starts walking down. But sometimes randomly he starts walking up. I have no idea why. If he walks up, the strategy doesn't change at all. And then take out the last guy and remember to take the suppressor again. And might as well take the noodles and RC made best food in the game. And take the suppressor again. And that's it for the warehouse. The next save will be at the end boss fight, so not yet. Here the best camo, I think it's Tiger Stripe again and Woodland face paint. Tiger Stripe is pretty much good like everywhere. It's never bad. If you're on a new game plus, then Moss is probably best here. And this is one screen away from the end boss fight. And here you should probably get this guy in the head, unlike I do. I was actually thinking about reloading my last save and replaying this segment because I didn't get that guy and there's a caution. But then I kept playing and I realized that everything else goes exactly the same even if there wasn't a caution, so I kept playing through this. Like this card will be at the same spot even without the caution, and so will the rest of them. It's just that one guy is in caution mode alone. And here you kind of have to wait a little bit before you take out this guy. Even though you have a clean shot there, but if you do, the other one will see him. It will be easier to just get him from here till the other enemy has passed him. Now I get him and then I get the other one. And then I can run to the end boss fight. And here you should make your prep. The only prep is pretty much equip 6 spray. I think that's about the only prep I'll do. And save at the end, and save to a different file, different save file. Because if you don't play for a week, the end will die of old age. And we don't want that to happen because we want his gun, the Monsignor gun. And I'm not sure if that counts as a kill or not, but like, yeah, save here, save at a different save file. And here I will use the Fierce camouflage. Run to this spot and put the Fierce camouflage on. And the end won't see you. If you run through here with any other camouflage, he will see you and shoot you. You can kind of see him up there. If you really want to min-max your fatigue, then you can take it off here for a second, but you don't really have to. Go down and change back. And it's pretty much all we need to do to ambush him. And we know where he will be, so we can get him by a surprise. Yeah, I think I just paused the game to check something for like 1 second. I'm not saving here. That's not any edited save or anything, I just paused the game for a second to check something real quick. Yeah, you probably should eat here so your stomach doesn't growl, so the ant doesn't hear it. I don't eat here. Luckily the timing of my stomach growl, it doesn't hit at the same time as I'm sneaking up on the end. And yeah, if you have the spirit camo from a new game plus from the Sorrow that cancels footsteps, you could sneak up on him with the spirit camo. Or you can do what I do, because I don't have it here. Walk with the D-pad to surprise him. And you can get a free hit with the 6 spray. And after that, hold him up.
Freeze.
And just keep aiming at his head until he gives his camo.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I see a lot of people like shooting in the air or something, of warning shots, but you actually just need to aim at his head. And then shoot him and take the camo. And he will throw a stun grenade. Look away from the stun grenade.
Fight like a man.
And then you can try to kick him or 6 spray, or you can try to shoot him, but don't hit him there. Kind of ironic, he says fight like a man, he's a fucking sniper, like really? That's fighting like a man? I can't think of a more cowardly way to fight, to be honest. But, well, I guess I can think a couple of ways, but it's not the most non-cowardly way to fight. Here, get 6 spray free hit and then hold him up afterwards.
Freeze.
6 spray again and then shoot him. And look away from the stun grenade that he throws, then follow him. And you can just tap square, and maybe you luckily hit him. You're running after him. And here I use the thermal goggles to look at his footsteps. Don't use them just randomly, you actually need to kind of save the battery. Just follow his footsteps, and when you get to a super open area, we put the spider camo back on. Like here is a super open area, and he will be up there, so I changed to the spider camo so he doesn't see me. And here I make a mistake. Think he hears me. Because I'm running too close to him, I should have walked. Like he heard me there, I should have walked instead of run. So Start walking when you are closer. And if you are running low on the battery on the thermals, you can eat the green mushroom that we got from the cave earlier after the pain fight. Russian glow cap. And when your stamina gets super low, eat something.
You call yourself a son of the...
And whenever you get hit by his sniper, always take the things off immediately. They will drain your stamina really quickly if you don't. And when you run after him, you can luckily hit him just tapping the square, like I do there. Usually you'll miss a bunch, but you have to be a little bit conscious how much ammo you have. And here it's again 6 spray, hold up, 6 spray, shoot. That's my combo, 6 spray, hold up, 6 spray, shoot.
Freeze. Did you...
I guess I don't get to shoot the last shot because he fell there. I'm not sure really what's the best way to deal damage to him when you're like, when he's running away and you're trying to get him. And here I make another mistake. Was it here? I think it's slightly later. Here's another super open area, so back to the spider camo. And if you have to eat like extra meal because you use the spider camo too much, don't worry about it. In this run I eat 8 times, and 20 is the limit. And you can even use the healing radio frequencies that I don't end up using. Yeah, here I make a mistake. I let him hear me again. I didn't expect him to be like here for some reason. And here I'm not actually sure what to do. I'm like thinking for a second. I think my plan is to throw a stun grenade behind the corner or something. I changed the camo so my stamina doesn't get drained completely. I think my initial plan was to throw a stun grenade behind the corner, and then I don't end up doing that. And I end up just shooting him, trying to like peek behind this little rock. Well, all of this could have been avoided if I just walked when I was closer to him and didn't let myself get seen. Or not seen, but let myself be heard. And my hands are shaking a lot. I should have eaten there. But I didn't. Yeah, I try to shoot him, but I miss. And one last ambush, and it's a win. This fight, when I first played this game when I was like 13 or something, like this boss fight annoyed me a ton. I just couldn't figure out how to deal with him, and I couldn't find him. And D-pad walk again behind him, and he's one hit away. If you don't have any MK bullets when this fight is done, you can go back to the area where the fight started, and there's the little small building that will have more MK ammo if you're like completely out. But you only need like one. I think you actually only need one bullet. And don't forget to pick up his gun. Mosin gun. We will use that a bunch later on the Fury and on the boss. And Volgin as well. So don't forget to pick that up. And I get something to eat again. Even though I have a bunch of food already. And we're about to come to the 3-minute ladder, but don't worry, I edited that out. Even though the song is pretty dope that's on it, but you can listen to that on your own playthrough. Yeah, I edited out the climbing. And here you make a setup for the next area because we will save at the next area. Only I should have mentioned that don't save after the end because it's you would have to walk the stairs again and again if you fail. The setup is desert face camo and animals uniform. You set it up here and then save here. I've totally lost track count of how many saves I've had so far. Sorry about that, I guess. But yeah, this is pretty easy area. Because you get 90% camo when you're crawling. I think it's like 95 if you stop when you crawl. I only have 6 bullets, but I only need 1 for this one enemy. I mean, you could just scroll through this whole damn area. Honestly, you don't need a single bullet if you don't want to, but it just makes things go easier and faster. The animal's camo is so good in this area, it gets rid of the shaking hands as well. And that was the 1 bullet that you needed, and well, we get more from this little under this little rock formation. Get 16 and that's plenty. And this will be a little bit of a boring section because I will be crawling a lot, taking my time. So we're not in a hurry. I got plenty of time. Here I kind of sniped these couple of guys with the MK Hush Puppy, or whatever Snake called it. Snipe that guy and snipe the other guy. Grab the items and keep going. Here you kind of need to crawl and then crouch and then go to your tippy toes. This guy doesn't see you. I think the game works in a way that if you're like on your tippy toes, they will never see you if they don't see you like at your original spot. The game acts as if you are not on your tippy toes. So, I'm not sure how to explain that, but I think that's how it works. So if you're like completely behind cover and you're not when you go to your tippy toes, the game acts as if you are still completely behind the cover. I think that's how it works. And here you need to crawl to get this one dude. It's waiting to ambush you. What did I set up here? I don't really remember. I put the mousing nagant on, but I don't actually use it because it doesn't have a suppressor, so. Also, if you really want to save your suppressors, you can always take the last enemy of the area out without it. That's it. You don't really need to do that, but you can save like 1 shot of the suppressor like that. But it's honestly, there's more than enough suppressors in the game, so that's kind of pointless thing to do. Unless you forgot to pick one up at some point, but, you know. Take those 2 out and keep going. There's RPG in one of these little buildings right here. Get the RPG. And get the stuff in here. Watch out so that enemy doesn't see you when you go in there. You could probably actually should take it out before you go to that little building, so there's no possibility of him seeing you. Yeah, you don't really need to take the rations, just take the RC mint. And here there's probably better strategies for this area, or I have no doubt there is. It's pretty much just crawl and take out absolutely everybody. Yeah. Not really much to mention in this area. I just crawl and I take out every single enemy. You can see what I'm doing, so... The 95% camo index, it's a pretty easy area to get by. The only problem is when you're like going in and out of the little... what do you call it? The deeper section, I'm not sure what to call that thing. When you go in and out of that, your camo will drop to like 40% or something. Those are like the only risky segments. Yeah, there's not that much to say in this one. Just keep crawling your way up and take out all the enemies. The previous save was at the start of the mountain section after the big ass ladder. And the next save will be before the Fury. In a little bit. The Fury I actually think is the hardest boss in the game if we go by pull attempts. If we go by time used, the Pain is the hardest boss in the game. If we go by pull attempts, then the Fury is the hardest, at least for me. Yeah, the difficulty doesn't really like spike up in this game like at all. Like the walking fights with the Shadow Hut is pretty easy. And the last boss, the boss, is actually pretty easy as well. And like the Bane is pretty early on, is hard, and the Fury, a little past mid-fight point, is probably the hardest. Yeah, I throw away the rations to get better food. And this is one of the longest segments I play without saving. There's one more area where you can fuck up, and it's this one when you go back here. There's two enemies you need to take care of. And I just wait here for one of them to show up. You can kind of hear him walking. And stay on your tippy toes so you see him sooner. And here when I slide down this, or before I slide down, I need to peek with the L2 to get this one guy. This is the last enemy you need to take care of. Just kind of peek with the crouch and L2. And congratulations, you made it. And here we do not save yet, we save when the boss fight starts. And we make the setup before it. The setup is the mousing nagant, black face paint, black camouflage, and the cardboard box. The cardboard box obviously puts out fires. Like, why wouldn't it? And you can run on top of fires with the cardboard box and you will not be caught on fire. The mousing gun I think I put on earlier already, so. And if you're playing a new game plus, the best camouflage is probably the stealth one here for 50% less damage, or the Fury's camouflage. I think that's only 50% less damage from fire and explosions. So the stealth camouflage is probably actually better. And save as soon as the fight starts. And here's a little trick how this fight is significantly easier. You shoot him twice at the beginning. You do not shoot him 3 times. You only get him twice. And if we shoot him 3 times, he will go into his more aggressive phase. By only shooting him twice at the start, he will stay at this like passive phase where he's just walking. And then we can get him with the triple hit next time. And he will go to the second phase after the triple hit here. Look how low his HP is, or the fatigue. It's not that much we need to play on the second phase. But that's the biggest tip here. Only shoot him twice at the start. And then the next time get him with a triple hit. Like, this phase is really frustrating. If you get caught on fire, go to the cardboard box. And I actually beat this boss really quickly. Like, I got quite lucky on this attempt. And I made it look really easy, but unironically I think that's the hardest boss. Take his uniform and take the stuff. And if the Fury was really tough for you, I still wouldn't save. Because this next area is really simple. You just run about here and change to the spider camouflage. Splitter face paint. And then we just run out of here without having to deal with any enemies. That's why I wouldn't save yet, even if Fury was tough for you. And I don't think I still saved on this next area on my playthrough, but if Fury was really hard for you, save here. Because there's a possibility of messing up. There's 2 enemies we need to take care of. I still have the spider uniform on, so I can just run to the next area without having to think about much. And here I set up for the... You probably shouldn't set up just in case that guy turns or something, don't set up yet. No paint and the scientist uniform. And if you didn't save at the start of that area, this area, then definitely save here. So in this area there's nothing too difficult. Just use the 6 spray on one guard and then one the guy we need to get right in. Just 6 spray this guy to the corner. And we will get Ivan, I don't remember what his name was, Ivan Radanovich or something like that. Six spray him and then drag him to the locker room. He will always be at this spot if you enter this area without a caution. And if you get a caution, you can save and reload and it will be gone. Not too much to worry about here. And then we get his outfit. And we shall go to... Where did we go? I don't remember the name of the place. To get Sokolov. And not much going on in here. Just run past this hallway. You can see the Shagahod in the windows. Here's one Kerotan frog to the left. You can see it on top of the siren post, the windows. And just go here. I think I actually edited the torture scene out because like nothing happens there that you can really do. When Volgin starts beating you, you can hold the weapon button, R2 or L2, so you won't take damage when he starts beating you. That's the only thing to know there. And here we throw the food back at Johnny 3 times. And the reason why we throw the food back at him 3 times is that he will give us our cigarettes. I'm gonna eat this rat with the fork. Mmm, delicious. And if you save here and you reload your save, you get to play a little mini game that's Snake is having a nightmare. Or I haven't actually tried on this Master Collection version, but in the original version, if you save here and then you reload your save, Snake is having a nightmare and you play like almost like a Devil May Cry kind of a mini game. Where you're fighting some demons or something. Should probably try it out here, but yeah, in terms of the Foxhound run, it's pointless to save here. But we do have extra saves, so you could use that here to check it out.
Chow time.
And just keep throwing the food back.
Huh? Hey, thanks.
Until we get the cigarettes. And after we get the cigarettes, we wait till he will throw a 4th food that we will need to distract a guard later. And the next area after this is a really hard one to time. Well, it's not really hard, but it will probably take a couple of attempts. You need to be really fast, so definitely save as soon as the next area starts. It's one of the more difficult ones. You need to be really fast in that one. I needed to replay it a couple of times before I got the timing right, but then I just realized that you need to be super quick.
Hey, eat up.
Yeah, Johnny gives the food the 3rd time and...
Huh? Well, it's your loss.
Give it back to him and he gives the cigarettes. And then we wait till he throws us a 4th food and after that we 6-spray him. You don't really need this 4th food because you can shake him twice to get noodles. I get both of them, noodles for myself and the bat or rat or whatever he throws here to distract the guard in the next area. And then 6-spray him and then shake him twice for the smoke grenades and the noodles. Oh yeah, I forgot this, you need to call 144-75 to open the door. And check him for his smoke grenades, those are invaluable. The noodles are optional. Might as well get them. Or it's optional if you didn't. It's not optional if you didn't get the bat, but here you get the camera. And Johnny doesn't stay asleep for as long as normal guards do. He's already getting up, so the camera you don't need for anything, but I just took it. In this area, definitely save in this next area. And you need to be really fast here, so just throw the bat to distract the guard. Here, behind the corner, and then you hold your smoke grenade to cancel your footsteps, and you can run past here. And you need to do that super fast or they will see you. So when you're zoning in, you can already in the loading screen, you can be holding R2 to get ready to throw the bat. But remember to save first if you haven't saved already, because that's a tricky area. And here nobody will see you as long as you hug the wall. And in this one, you kind of let the two guards see you a little bit. They need to see you. If they don't see you, they will be in your way and you can get past them like this. And here you hold the smoke grenades again to cancel your footsteps so you get past the doggo. And keep holding the nades so these guys don't hear you either. And here's where you use the 6 spray. And walk with the D-pad so he doesn't hear you if you're not close enough. And hold the grenade again to get past the dog. And I forgot to take the transmitter off and the fake death pill off in the prison. So definitely take them off now if you didn't do so already. Really important. If you don't take the transmitter off, you will have to deal with the Ocelot unit in the jungle. Because they will find you because you have a transmitter. If you take it off, there's no enemies in that area, so really important to take that off. And we use the fake death pill as well. I was wondering why the boss in the cinematics in the torture room like shoots you in the leg, because she's kind of on your side. I'm like, well, what the hell? Why did she shoot Snake in the leg? Then I later realized that oh, she shot the fake death pill into the leg, so you could get out of the prison. But we got out with the Sorrows, a little number that we used to call with the codec to open the door. And the fake death pill will be really useful in the Volchin boss fight. You get so much free damage on him if you have the fake death pill there. You'll see when we get there. Yeah, this area there's really nothing to worry about that much. The dogs won't catch you if you just keep going. Don't stop to wonder at anything. Just go, 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 and the dogs will never get you. I'm not sure if you kill the dogs, will they count as a kill for the Foxhound, but we don't need to risk it otherwise, just keep going. I would assume they do, but I don't know. And we're about to be at the Sorrow River. And this is a good place to check if you killed anybody in the game. If you killed anybody in the game, they will appear on this river. So, other than the boss fights that always show up, regardless if you took those down with the fatigue damage or not, the boss fights will always show here. If you see anybody else other than the boss fights on this river, then you know that you killed that guy. And you might as well, you know, give up on your Foxhound for this playthrough, because 0 kills allowed. And if you already have the Spirits camo from a previous save file, you don't need to do this. river. You can just, as soon as it starts, you can drown yourself. To save some time, but I would still do this just to check that do you see any corpses. And if you see a corpse, then you are like, well, damn, I guess my Foxhound run is done. Because no kills allowed. It's a little bit... The parrot shouldn't be there. You can even capture it alive. And it will appear later in the game alive, like this is... You're being lied to, the parrot is alive. Sorrow is a liar. And as you can see, we do not see any corpses on this river, because we haven't killed anybody. And we will get the Spirit's Camo. The Spirit's Camo has the special property of cancelling your footsteps, but we don't end up using it at all. It's not super useful. I mean, it's a fun item to use with the stealth camo if you just want to like look at through the story or something through the game, and you just play with the stealth camo and the spirit camo so nobody sees or hears you. That's about the only thing it's good for. Takes a revival pill to wake up. And if you didn't take out the transmitter with the recuirment or with the fog, then the Ocelot unit would be here, but we did, so there's nobody in here. So we can just run past this little forest section without worrying about anything. And yeah, not much to say, then just go behind the waterfall. Cancel all the cinematics and codecs, and then go back. Because there's a camo in the water that we will use at the last boss of the game. It gives the best percentile. At the last boss in the game. If you have the snow face paint, that gives the same amount as this. So you need to have one or the other. I didn't get the snow camo for the face paint, so I got this one now. The snow camo for the face is in the cave with the pain. After you get the shotgun, if you crawl through that area, then there you get the snow camo for the face paint. I didn't really care to get it, so because that one is faster to get. And we're still not saving. The last save would be at the when you get out of the prison, the first area outside. That's the last save. And the next one for me is all the way at Vol'jin, because these areas are not super tough, but if you fail now, you kind of have to run back a long section, so you might want to save somewhere in between here, the outside area, and before Vol'jin. It's a long way to go. And here the camo setup is splitter face and tiger stripe. If you have splitter body camo, that's probably better. And here I take out this one guy. Oh yeah, and I got some fucking truck is at my yard making noises, hopefully you guys don't hear it. And here equip the box that we just got back in the previous area, the B box. Was it B? I think it was B. Anyways, the box that we got from the previous area. Taking me a long time to figure this thing out here. Take out this one guy, and after him just run along the edges. Oh, well, not even all the way to the edges, but like run here. And then I will change to the spider camo behind this truck. No man, I really hope the truck that is in my yard doesn't make too much noise, so I don't have to re-record this. I equip the B-box and the spider camo, and we will run into the truck. And when we put the B-box on in the truck, it will take us straight to the weapons lab. And here we backtrack a little bit into the locker where we put Ivan Radanovic to get the sneaking suit and to get the maintenance camo as well. The sneaking suit, it's probably the one of the best camos in the game overall, just because it gives you 50% less damage taken from everything. It's ridiculously OP for every boss fight basically. So if you're playing on a New Game Plus, and you definitely want to use that on pretty much all the boss fights. Except maybe the end, because the end doesn't do any damage on you. He shoots fatigue shots. So yeah, get the sneaking suit here and get the maintenance outfit here. And back we go, and equip the maintenance outfit and the no face paint, and equip the C3s. And you can, the normal guards, you can walk right next to them and they don't care. But the maintenance guys, you have to be a little bit far away from them. And if anybody sees you directly when you're placing a bomb, that's actually a game over. So they cannot see you when you place the bomb. I had one game over because I didn't know that I was just placing the bombs, and the guard was like right next to me. He was like, "Ah, explosives," and that was it. Yeah, here go like behind this thing so that that guard doesn't see you when you play the explosive. And we're about to save the game when the next boss fight starts, so here I make a prep beforehand, so if you need to redo the boss, you don't need to redo your setup. So the setup here is a little bit different. Put the Raiden face on, and then you put the sneaking camo to take 50% less damage from the boss. And I eat these two rations because I'm close to, or did I think I only eat one. Yeah. Just need to be above 2 stamina bars. And that's pretty much for the setup. Raiden mask, sneaking suit, and mousing Nagant. And save as soon as the fight starts. Save. And not when the game asks you do you want to save, but like save when the fight starts. And this is why we put the Raiden mask on. We will get some free shots at the beginning. And here you want to equip the gun, and as soon as he does the electric attack, you put the gun away. If you keep the gun at hand, the electric will be faster. But you keep it on so you bait him to do the attack, and then you put it away so it goes slower. See, as I failed it once there, I didn't put the gun away and the electricity was like super fast. So you basically just keep doing this till the first phase is done.
Ocelot, whose side are you on? Time to die.
And phase 2, whenever he does that, you just crawl and it will miss. And then you kind of try to bait out some of the attacks where you get a window. Here's a little bit unfortunate that the boss is like right next to the wall, I can't get behind him. And you always roll after you throw him down. You don't have enough time to shoot him in this phase. When he does this, you can get one extra hit to his back of his head. Then just try to bait out some of the attacks where you get a window. I think I actually used the fake death pill like already now. Oh no, I threw him once. But then, well, now I think I used the fake death pill. He has like more than half of his HP left in of the phase 2. And that's pretty much free damage that I get with the fake death pill. Like 1/4 of his total health, half of the phase 2 health. Fake death pill, wait till he turns, revival pill. And shoot him to the back of his head with the Mossing Nagant like 3 times. Or was that 4 times? I'm not even sure. And then throw him down while he's like, oh, is this possible? And miss, I guess. And take the Cold War uniform and equip it immediately. That's the setup for the next area. And the face paint, just whatever you want to look at in the cinematics. And if the Vol'jin was a tough fight for you, you still shouldn't save because the next couple of areas are pretty irrelevant with the Cold War armor or camouflage. When you have the Cold War camouflage and you're facing enemies, they won't shoot you. Because it has like the Soviet sign on it. So I'm just facing enemies here. I could like throw stun grenades or shoot them with the Mark 22, but I'm just not gonna bother, I'm just looking at them. And they won't do anything because of the Cold War camouflage. It's a bit ridiculous that this isn't considered like a special item. It makes this thing so irrelevant. Same thing with the sneaking suit, like that's not a special item and you take 50% less damage from boss fights. And just keep looking at the enemies. You can keep turning on the motorcycle or you could use like first person view. Yeah. Take them out. No, I won't. And I probably should take them out, but I'm really paranoid about killing them if they like fall to their death or something. You should be able to still shoot them and they won't die with the tranquilizers or stun grenades. But I'm just taking it super safe. For no reason really, other than being paranoid, so I won't shoot them. But you should be able to shoot them. You should probably keep your save file after the Sorrow River if you saw nobody on the river, so you know that you for sure you haven't killed anybody by that point. So if you like accidentally kill someone later, you can at least go back to there. And I'm still won't shoot anybody, I just keep facing them with the gold wall camouflage. And here I think I have to take them out. Because the game actually won't progress until you do. And I realized that at some point, and I'm like, okay, fine, let's take them out. Because the game isn't going anywhere. And I take these enemies out. Yeah. So last save was at Walking boss fight. The next one for me will be all the way in the Walking fight again. And honestly, you probably shouldn't be paranoid like me and just tranquilize them or use stun grenades. And here is another section where the game won't progress until you take these guys out. You could wait till you have full HP if you really want to. And just look at their direction with the Cold War. Yeah, there isn't too much to say here. Just keep looking at the enemies and you will succeed. Same thing here, I won't shoot anybody, but you could. I'm just being paranoid that like, what if I tranquilize them, they fall asleep and then Vulcan drives over them and they die or something, but even if that happens, it shouldn't count as a kill, because they didn't die to your shot directly. And here if you take out the passengers, then nobody will shoot you, they will just keep following you, but the drivers don't actually shoot you ever. So you could just take out all the passengers and let the drivers just follow you. If you never take out the drivers, there won't be more motorcycles. I'm just going into first person and just looking at everybody, making sure that there's no accidental kills. Yeah, just keep doing this until the game progresses to the next part. There we go. Here we will actually need to start shooting at the Shadow Hut with the RPG, but just wait till the motorcycles are all gone so you don't accidentally shoot those. To make sure they're like all the way gone before you start shooting with the RPG. And I actually don't have it equipped, so equip the RPG and you can take the C3 away at the very least. I think I still kept it. But and quick load by unequipping and equipping the weapon and just just keep spamming at the thing and he won't do anything to you. And that's all that happens here, just keep spamming and wait till the game progresses to the next level. And here at the sniping section, you can take 3 C3s out as fast as you can. Take 3 of them out as soon as possible. And definitely take the swinging out so it's not the last one. And if this takes you too long, if you like miss your shots or you don't get your aim properly on them, You can save like at any point here before the thing ends.
It's here.
Take out 3 as fast as possible, and if it's looking bad, save. And I think I actually save here. Just because the thing shoots missiles at me and I'm like, I don't know how much damage those do. I'll save, just be sure that I don't die, because I don't really feel like going into my inventory and like equipping some like a machine gun or something and trying to shoot those. I just tank them with the sneaking suit. And yeah, I think I saved here. I might have edited it out, but I saved here just in case I don't die to those missiles. Yeah, I saved right there. Missiles doesn't do... Actually, they did a bit of damage. That's the last time he'll shoot them, because I think the game doesn't really like assume that you would unequip and equip your RPG, because the fight is so irrelevant if you do that. And if you're lucky, you can get in each window where you can actually damage the boss. If you're lucky, you can get 2 hits in if you shoot at the really early, and then like the second one really late. You can get 2 shots at the burnable spot. But usually you just get just 1, and it's quite RNG heavy how evil will drive the motorcycle and like which way the Shacklehot spins itself. It's a bit RNG heavy. Will you get 1 or 2 shots on it when it's vulnerable? Yeah. And just keep doing this until the boss is done. I'm gonna talk about something random while this goes on, because there isn't anything to say here. I think the Foxhound rank for MGS3 is it's much easier than Tool's Big Boss or One's even Fox rank that gives you the trophy. In 1 you don't need to get the best rank to get the trophy for the Master Collection. The Fox rank is enough on hard difficulty. But yeah, the MGS3 Foxhound is definitely the easiest. In my opinion, it's not even a question. Like, 2 is the hardest. The 8 save files in 2 is a bit rough. You have to play such a long segments. Yeah, you literally have more than 3 times the saves with 25. And the 5-hour limit is like, it's not even a limit. Like, 5 hours, come on. You can crawl through the game in 5 hours. Like, I'm not doing this with any speedrun strategies, and it takes me like 2 hours 40 minutes or something. I've almost doubled that time. Yeah, 1 is MGS1, the Fox rank is 3-hour limit is the thing there, unless you start glitching the game. Anyways, let's get back into the second phase of the fight. Yeah, you have to be... You save here. You can actually die here. You have to be really fast with your sniper, and I fail here a couple of times if I remember right. Or the MK, whatever you want to use. But you need to shoot walls in like super fast after you hit the rails. He isn't vulnerable for very long. Yeah, like, I just wasn't fast enough. I think I missed the shot anyways, but like, that wouldn't have been fast enough. You need to be super fast. And even that wasn't fast enough. Like, for me this is actually somewhat difficult to do. It seems like I'm not the fastest, but... And I haven't practiced this at all, like this is the second time I'm doing the boss on European Extreme. And after Vol'jin stops chasing Eva, you kind of Don't go close to the Shago hut. Try to bait out the attack where he yells like I grind you to dust. That's the freest window to... That's the freest window to get the shots in. Grind you into dust and then you have your window. And then you just try to bait out the I'll grind you into dust again. And if he shoots the machine guns, those quite low amount of damage. Really do much damage at all with the sneaking suit on. Yeah, it's not a super hard fight, but you just need to be really fast. And here you put the Cold War back on. And you probably shouldn't be paranoid like me and just take out the guys with the tranquilizer or just stun grenades. I'm super paranoid and I'll just keep watching them. Take them out? No, I won't. They will take themselves out by getting bored and stopping to follow me. Yeah, this is a really cheesy way to do this. And that's what we'll do. Yeah. It's a bit of a longer segment. Do they stop following here? I don't even know. I'm not even looking at them. Like, honestly, you could just put the... You don't even need to hold the controller if you don't want to. Like, there isn't anything to do here. At the last section you can actually die. But the first couple ones you cannot die. If you just do this.
It's an ambush. They're not going anywhere. Stop them.
Yeah, you should probably use stun grenades on this little ambush. Stun grenades are really OP in this segment. And you have unlimited ammo and unlimited grenades. That frog in this, that little roadblock is super annoying to get. And here I actually stop being paranoid because these guys can actually kill you with the combination to the log. It's about to come. Like, yeah, they like die there, they explode, but it doesn't count. Like I end up getting the Foxhound rank and I don't have any kills, so that doesn't count. Even though he probably dies there when he explodes, but he didn't technically die because... Or you didn't technically kill him because you used the tranquilizer and he was sleeping after you hit him. You can just look at them and like spin around and look with the cold armor, and you can do it like that, but then if you fail to shoot at the log that is about to come, then you can die to it. If you fail to shoot the log. And I just use the SVD, that's like automatically equipped. I think this gets automatically equipped when you shoot the bridge bombs. Yep. Could also use the RPG to shoot the logs, but I find the SVD to be a bit easier. And then I get paranoid again and I won't shoot anybody. I just look at them. There's how could they shoot me when I have the Soviet icon on the clothing? There's just no way. Yeah, it's a little bit stupid that this is not considered like a special camo or a special item. Like you can totally use this. I think the only special items are the Easy Gun, Patriot, and Stealth Camouflage, and the Infinity Face Paint. I think those are the only special items. And some of these camos, like this Cold War camo, for example, this is far more useful than like the Infinity Face Paint, for example, or the Patriot. Far more useful. Same thing with the sneaking suit, it's far more useful than the Patriot or the Infinity Face Paint. And here they are kind of coming from both sides, so I kind of go into first person and so I can look at everybody. And yeah. And then you cure yourself and Evo. Did I even bother looking do I just spam these things? Or do I actually try to use the right things? I think I actually try to use the right things for once. Not putting cigars into open wounds this time. But yeah, you can just spam if you don't want to read what you're supposed to use, but there's plenty of items to go around. And here you should probably set up now. I set up later and it's a little bit of a mistake. So if I reload a save, then I need to do the setup again. So the setup is Woodland Face Paint and Moss Camo. And Stun or Smoke Grenades. Equip either of those and or both, whatever you want. And Moss Camo and Woodland Face Paint. That's the setup, and save here. And I do the setup now, which is a little bit late. Weapons, we no longer need the cigar gas spray or the SVD or the RPG. And we need stun grenade or smoke grenade, either works. And here is just call Eva to follow, and then in a little while I'll throw a... What did I even throw? Smoke grenade, I think. Throw smoke or... Either smoke or stun you throw in there. And just keep going. I actually think I threw another one. Did I throw another one? I think I did. Or did I not? Yeah, I throw another one. But you don't really have to throw the second one. You can just keep going. And they shouldn't be able to get you. So if you have counted your saves, there's the 25 total. There's only 2 more spots to save. So if you have extra saves left, you can save in the next area as well. Even though it's really close to the previous save, it's like a minute segment or minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever. But if you have extra saves, like, why not use it here? I don't, because I'm confident that I don't need to reload, and even if I did, it's like 2 minutes, whatever. Here I just pretty much take every single enemy out with the MK.
The enemy is close by.
One by one. And these two guys that are like walking towards the next area, you need to be somewhat fast with them so they don't leave your sight before you take them out. Yeah, I waste a bunch of ammo. And if you miss a ton, it can be a tiny bit troublesome at the boss fight. But not really, since you get more in that fight, but try not to miss a ton. And I have life medicine equipped for whatever reason, but do not use life medicine. That's one of the things you can't use in a Foxhound run. I think it's equipped because I got it in the section where you don't have any equipment. Like I picked it up from somewhere there, but like never use life medicine. It will make your Foxhound run fail. And yeah, everybody's taken out, everybody's taking a nap. And we keep going. Like you actually can play as pacifist in 2 and 3. In Metal Gear Solid 1 with Snake, you cannot beat the game without killing like about 20 guys. I think like 22 or something like that was the minimum. Because there's like no tranquilizer weapons, so there's a few spots where you like have to kill enemies, or you can't progress the game. Here I just take out the guys that I need to, and I leave a couple of enemies up. That are not in my way. There's a couple of enemies that are like really hard to spot without the thermals. And I'm actually not sure here, and I just go without taking the rest out. This is a little bit of a test run for me, and then I'm like, okay, I don't think these guys would see me. Did I take that one out just in case? I think I don't. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't think they will be in my way, so I just want to conserve the ammo for the boss fight, so I don't need to pick more up in the middle of the fight, preferably. There's at least 2 more guys. Like there's one in the bushes, so just take... If you have really sharp eyes, you might have seen that one guy in the bushes. If you just stick to this side, he will not bother you. And don't we make the setup for the boss fight, so the face paint is Kabuki, and the uniform stealth will take 50% less damage. You could also go with something that gives a better percentile camouflage, but I like using the sneaking, so like it gives enough. It gives enough, and you take 50% less damage. And the weapons, basically just the MK and Mosin Nagant. And save here if you have saves left, you should have. And when Snake says like, huh, that's when you press circle and you spin your left analog stick to every possible direction and hope that you get the counter. And that's the only time I'm gonna counter her, because I'm just gonna stay far away enough so that doesn't happen again. For me it's like 50-50, do I get the counter or not? Just when the Snake says, huh, that's when you press circle and spin the left analog stick somewhere and hope you get it. I don't have a better strategy than that. You just stay far away from the boss and snipe her from far away. If you're crouching in the flowers, you get 50%. camo, which is she has to be really close to see you with the 50%. You have 10 minutes to do this fight. There isn't a timer anywhere. There isn't a timer that shows up, but you have 10 minutes, and then after that the place will be bombed. So you need to finish this in 10 minutes. For me it takes about... I think it takes about 5 for me. I don't think I get the notification that boss says 5 minutes left, so... I think this for me takes like from 4 to 5 minutes. Not 45, from 4 to 5. Yeah, let's just stay far away and get the triple shot with the motion gun. And eventually I will run out of bullets with the Nagant and I need to finish it with the MK.
Where are you hiding?
And if you want the boss's camouflage for the upcoming playthroughs, if you're planning to play or save more, if you finish her like from the other side of this map, you actually won't have enough time to walk to get the camo. So you need to be like somewhat close when you finish her. You don't need to be super close. You'll see at the end I actually don't get it because I'm too far away. And I actually went back to my save file and I did it again just to get the camo. But honestly, I'm probably never ever gonna play the save file again. Like, even if I wanted to play the game again, I would just start fresh so I don't have those cheesy camos. Like, if a game isn't challenging for me, I just don't bother playing. There needs to be somewhat of a challenge for me, personally, for a game to be interesting.
Where are you hiding?
So I'd rather not use the special camo, or not special camos, but the boss camouflages. And keep the suppressor on, so if you miss the boss, you should still keep your suppressor on so she doesn't immediately see you. And here she drops the camo and I'm like too far away and I barely don't get it. And here I put the thermals on. I should have like, yeah, it's kind of funny. I should have pressed X to spin on it and I would have gotten it. So that's a Foxhound run. And we will edit this thing to the last score screen in a second.
Take this. Keep it safe.
I skipped the Ocelot fight because there's nothing there. Well, I'm gonna say this real quick in case my camera is on the way. I'm not sure how I will lay this out, but play time 2 hours 44 minutes exactly. Save 18 times. 0 continues, 0 alert phases. Humans killed 0 people. Seriously injured 4 times. Total damage 1 life bars. Life medicine used 0 times. Plants and animals captured 13 kinds. Meals eaten 8 meals. Special item not used. Your title is Foxhound. And yeah, I guess that's about it. What else is there to say? I don't know what I'll post next, but subscribe if you want some random gaming shit. I have no idea what that will be, but yeah. I planned on playing Alan Wake, but I'm not sure if I'll make a video out of that game. We'll see. Subscribe for random shit. And yeah, if you made it this far, you're pretty good. That was cringe as fuck. Okay, bye.